for the action.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sharp Dress Gaming, and today we are here to start off week 1 of the Pokemon Global League. And I'm sorry that this is actually a day late. I was really busy this week and I didn't end up getting around to this, especially trying to get my new computer set up so I could record there, but it was being a mofo, so I've got to record here instead on the old computer. So hopefully this all works out. I tried to record this live, but it ended up failing a little bit into the battle, which sucks, because this battle is pretty hype. But our week 1 battle is against Sketchy Smeargle, Sketchy Smeargle, and the Seattle Smeargles. So we're gonna put that intro to work, and we're gonna be wild charging these Smeargles today. So when I went to build for his team, I kind of expected all of the Pokemon that he's bringing. You can see the Pokemon on his screen. Or on our screen: Jolteon, Talonflame, Druddigon, Clefable, Skarmory, and Mega Venusaur. I didn't really expect Clefable too much, but I prepared for it just in case. But I did not expect Druddigon. So when you look at my team: Electivire, Alakazam, Venusaur, Heatran, Mandibuzz, and Mega Garchomp. My Mega Garchomp actually doesn't have Dragon Claw on it. It has Poison Jab for the Clefable. It has Earthquake because it's just a really good move in general. And especially it's Jolteon pretty well. It has Flamethrower for Skarmory. I should have ran Fire Blast, but I just didn't like the accuracy. I just wanted to hit it, and I figured it has Sturdy anyway, so I'm going to be hitting it twice. And then I have Swords Dance, so no Dragon Claw, so we'll see how that ends up turning out for us. So I've got Garchomp as a sweeper, normal Alakazam as a sweeper. It's Mega Garchomp, normal Alakazam, and Electivire are kind of my big heavy hitters, and then Venusaur, Heatran, and Mandibuzz are there to take hits. And one of my main strategies was to get up Stealth Rocks with Heatran, because I didn't want because he has so many bulky Pokemon, he would be able to switch in on them, and then the Stealth Rocks would help whittle them down when they're switching in to take hits. So I want to get Stealth Rocks up for sure. I wanted to get like Toxic Spikes and normal Spikes up too, but I just couldn't fit them in. And then I have Mandibuzz to defog in case he sets up any hazards, because he's got Skarmory, who can set up Stealth Rocks and Spikes. He's got Venusaur, who can set up the Toxic Spikes. He also had Alamamala, or Alamamola, or whatever you guys want to call it. I call it Alamamala. That's just me. I don't think it has 2 M's in it. Does it? Alomomola? Is that how it's spelled? So Alamamala? I don't know. But he also has that one. I'm trying to remember. Do I still have that paper around here, or did I throw it away? I think I threw it away. I had his entire team written out. I must have thrown it away. But yeah, his team's just super bulky in general, so I really wanted at least Stealth Rocks to whittle him down. Especially having that Talonflame, taking 50% from Stealth Rocks, going to be pretty nice. And we can break Sturdy on Skarmory, all that fun stuff. So, before we get started, guys, I have a suggestion for you, or I have something to ask of you. So, the battle is coming out later today from the NPCC. I actually came up with what our Wild Charge cheer would be. So, all you have to do, go on Twitter, take a picture of yourself doing the Wild Charge stance, and it's just like this. It's when like Electivire uses Earthquake, just kind of like that. So just take your arms are out. You can't see my webcam. Kind of like this. Your arms are out, and you just gritting your teeth because you're Earthquaking like Electivire. So go to Twitter, post a picture of you doing that with the hashtag MNWildCharge, and tweet it at me, and I'll retweet and favorite all of them. I want to see how many Wild Charge fans are out there. So be sure to go do that before or after the battle, whichever. And we're going to get underway. I'm going to try and remember this whole battle for you guys, because I did a lot of switching. There's a lot of switching going on between both sides. So I just want to remember all the plays that were happening, because they're pretty wild. So I ended up leading off with Electivire. I figured it was a pretty good lead all around. And if you wanted to lead with Skarmory, then you was going to have problems with that. So he leads Mega Venusaur. I was going to stay in, but then I switched out thinking, oh, he's got Earthquake, so I'm going to bring in the Mandibuzz. I'm like, this Venusaur could be carrying Earthquake. Sometimes they don't, but considering I had Electivire and Heatran, I figured, alright, he's probably carrying Earthquake, so I'm going to switch into Mandibuzz. Sure enough, he Earthquakes. I'm like, alright, it's probably more offensive Venusaur than anything, so I'm going to stay in a knockoff because he probably doesn't want to take a Brave Bird, but he actually stays in Toxics. Toxics. Toxics? How do you say that? How do you say, like, the verbal form of using Toxic? That's probably it. So I'm going to knock off again, figuring he'd switch out, but he Earthquakes again, figuring I'd switch out probably in, like, I don't know, maybe he was expecting Heatran there. I'm not entirely sure. So I couldn't get poisoned, but I just knocked off twice. And then now I'm going to Brave Bird, seeing that he's just going to stay in anyway. He goes for the Sludge Bomb there, so it does a little bit of damage for to Mandibuzz, but I believe I'm max special defense on this Mandibuzz. And that was so I could take at least one Thunderbolt from Choice Specs Jolteon instead of Tailwind. So we're taking all this poison damage and recoil damage. He's going to withdraw the Venusaur this turn, which his Venusaur outsped, so he could have knocked out Mandibuzz. But he's going to switch into the Skarmory, and I'm actually going to also switch my Mandibuzz this turn, because I didn't want it to go down this early. We could still use it. So I'm going to bring in Heatran here on the Sludge Bomb, but he did switch to Skarm, so this switch is going to work out for us. I'm just going to go for, I believe I go for Flash Cannon, or Stealth Rocks. Yes, I set up the Stealth Rocks here, knowing he's not going to want to stay in with Skarmory and let it go down this early in the game. So here I'm going to Flash Cannon. I do have Shuckle Berry, so I know I can take at least one Earthquake from this Druddigon if it does go for it. But he actually goes for Dragon Claw, expecting probably Mandibuzz to come back in again on the Earthquake. So here I'm going to switch out, seeing that Flash Cannon does nothing and knowing that he probably goes for Earthquake here if he's not choiced. And I go back into the Mandibuzz, and sure enough, Earthquake goes underneath Mandibuzz. So Mandibuzz is coming in quite a bit here to be able to take those Earthquakes. So now I'm just going to knock off and get rid of its item, see what it is. It is Assault Vest Druddigon, and we see he's not Rough Skin either, but he's going to Dragon Claw, and that will take out Mandibuzz. So Mandibuzz, you've done your job. You've got some Rocky Helmet damage on the Druddigon as well, so that's pretty nice. So now I'm going to bring in Turok, see if I can scare him out of here with a Dragon Claw. He is going to withdraw, and I believe here I go for the Poison Jab, because I didn't want him to get Brave and Dragon Claw me while I'm in here, expecting me to do something. Or maybe I Earthquaked. I might have Earthquaked here. Whatever I did, it didn't affect the Skarmory this turn. So, yep, I did go for Poison Jab here. So now I'm going to go for the Flamethrower on the Skarmory. Here, if I would have had Fire Blast, Skarmory would have been dead. But, alas, I went for the Flamethrower. So Skarmory does set up the Stealth Rocks here. And now I know, once again, he doesn't want Skarmory to die. So I'm going to go for Swords Dance here. And as you can see, it does pay off because the Skarmory switches out into Talonflame. Talonflame's going to take 50% here. And I'm going to Swords Dance. Now, this is probably one of the misplays I made in this match. I kind of pussy out and withdraw Garchomp. I just didn't want Garchomp to take a Brave Bird this early in the game. So I'm going to bring in Heatran, knowing Heatran can take a Brave Bird really well. And sure enough, the Talonflame actually U-turns. So if I was going to go for Poison Jab there, because that's really the only thing I have to hit Talonflame. So I was going to Poison Jab. And as you can see, he still brings in the Clefable on Heatran, which I was a little confused about. So I'm just going to start Flash Cannon, because I want to see how much we're able to do to Clefable. And we do 50% to the Clefable. And he actually goes for Thunderbolt, which again, I was wondering about. I didn't know if he had like Hidden Power Ground he was hiding from me. But I'm going to go for another Flash Cannon. Unfortunately, after leftovers, we're not able to knock out the Clefable. But Clefable's going to set up a Wish, which I wasn't too certain about. I'm like, alright, are you going to protect? So I went for Flamethrower here, expecting Skarmory to come in. But then I remembered, I just remembered now, Skarmory has such low health, I probably could have went for Flash Cannon, and after Stealth Rocks, I still would have knocked out. So he's going to actually bring in the Druddigon, so I go for this Flamethrower. And we're still able to take it out with a Flamethrower. He was probably expecting to live Flash Cannon because of how little damage he did before, but he also had the Assault Vest before that, so that was probably why. So now he brings in Talonflame. I'm like, why did you bring in the Talonflame? It can't do anything to me. And sure enough, he starts roosting. So one of the least bulky Pokemon is now going to start roosting on me, so I'm just going to continuously Flash Cannon. I only have Earth Power, Flamethrower, and Flash Cannon, and at this point in my head, at least, I don't know. I still don't know. I never looked it up. I think Flash Cannon has a chance to lower special defense if I'm not mistaken. So I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get the special defense drop or a crit. And I'm just trying to think of what I should do here. So he's going to continuously roost. And at this point I start wising up. I'm like, alright, he wants to be above 50% at least, while he's trying to figure out what he wants to do against this Heatran. He wants to be above 50% so Talonflame can at least come in one more time. So he actually goes for Steel Wing here. I don't know if he was expecting me to switch and into what? Or if he just knew that Talonflame wasn't going to really be able to do too much and he was just stalling out my Heatran now at this point to get rid of its Flash Cannons. I'm not sure what the plan was with Talonflame, but he's going to roost again. And at this point I go for another Flash Cannon. I think this is where... Is this where it is? Yeah, we get a critical hit. So now I know he's going to roost. So I'm going to try and take advantage of this and switch into Electivire. Building up a mighty Wild Charge for this Talonflame. Sure enough, Talonflame roosts here. So I'm like, alright. This turn, we can Wild Charge and get rid of the Talonflame, or we can Earthquake expecting to switch. So I Earthquake. And as you can see, he does switch, not wanting to take a Wild Charge, and he switches into the Jolteon thinking it's going to be a safe switch with the Volt Absorb, and thinking to never go for Earthquake. But I'm going to Earthquake here. Get out of here. So, out goes the Jolteon. Electivire gets the first KO of the game for our side. So it's now 5-5. I believe, no wait, Druddigon's already gone, sorry. Heatran did get the kill on Druddigon. I've got to fix that on the sheet. So now we're going to Earthquake here. Clefable's going to go down to that Earthquake. 2 KOs for Electivire. And then, in comes the Talonflame. It's going to take 50 from Stealth Rocks. And then here, I know he's going to Brave Bird, and it's going to hurt Electivire. Electivire is not bulky, even though this is a resisted attack. And I didn't want to lose Electivire quite yet. I want him to continue his sweep, so I'm actually going to go for Psychic. I did carry Psychic for the Mega Venusaur, so that's going to be 3 KOs for Electivire. So we've got a KO for Heatran, 3 KOs for Electivire. And now we have Mega Venusaur coming in. Unfortunately, it does fade away to Stealth Rocks. So Electivire doesn't get that kill. But in comes the Skarmory. And at this point, I know Skarmory, I'm not going to take enough recoil from Wild Charge. So we got to finish this game off with a Wild Charge, boys. So we Wild Charge. Recoil plus Life Orb won't take out Electivire. So Electivire does get 4 KOs. Which is unfortunate because I thought he got 5. So he unfortunately isn't the top Pokemon. He's right underneath Scrafty right now. I've got to go fix that. Hoopsies. But yeah, so we do win week 1, guys, with a 5-0. It's a very good start for our team. Unfortunately, Alakazam never hit the field. Our Venusaur never hit the field either, I don't think. But Heatran got a KO. Garchomp, unfortunately, didn't. He just came in and intimidated. He did help with the Skarmory, though. I think it would be able to get rid of him, but we got to keep Electivire because of it, so good on you, Garchomp. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, if you want to support your Minnesota Wild Charge, be sure to tweet out those pictures, and also, we have shirts in the description below. Minnesota Wild Charge shirts. Be sure to go pick one up if you want to support your Minnesota Wild Charge. But I'm going to let you guys get on with your day. Thank you so much for joining me today, and be sure to come back for week 2, where we'll be going against the New York Lynx in the PGL, and somebody else in the NPCC. I can't remember. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time. Stay sharp, everyone.